Hey Gemini, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of May 2023. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm using my Trip and Wait Tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Gemini, with a Goddess Guidance Oracle card. So let's go ahead and get right into the reading. I haven't used this deck in a while, so I'm already feeling the grooviness, which is a fun energy that I'm picking up with this deck. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm a little out of frame. You know the Virgo in me doesn't like that. Okay. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and get right into it. You've got a really exciting first week coming up in the first week of May 2023. We do have this Five of Wands. Now, that's a great card to see in the reverse because it means that there was some strained communication somewhere, and it looks like that situation gets resolved. Either you cleared the air, somebody apologizes, somebody admits that they were wrong, whatever the case may be. It looks like you have some improved communication. So that's a really great way to start out the month of May. Now we also have the Nine of Cups. Now that's literally the wish card. Whatever you have been praying for, it is making its way towards you, especially as it relates to money, finances, and all those wonderful things. So if there is something that you have been wanting, something you have been deeply desiring and have been putting the work towards, it looks like that thing is definitely starting to shift something in your life, and you will have that experience, that thing, whatever it is, okay? Now, the thing about the wish card is that it does mean something is moving towards you, but it also means that it's like you've been doing the things necessary in order to make that happen, right? Because we can't just like literally sit on a couch, wish all day, and then expect things to change. We do have to take action. We do have to shift our mindsets in some cases. So I just want you to be aware that if you've been putting in the work, you will start to see results. That's what this card is promising, right? It's promising that yes, you have done the work, you have done your part, and now energy, God, the universe is doing its part to deliver whatever it is to you. Next up, we have Page of Wands. That's good news coming as it relates to work. This is fantastic to see this card. The Page of Wands always means good news as it relates to your career, your business. If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, you're definitely going to have some good news coming your way. And this is all happening in that first week of May. Next up, we have the Lover's card. That's the card of divine union, connecting with the right people at the right time. Now, this could be a personal relationship, but not always. It could be a professional relationship. Sometimes it's just a matter of having those divine soul clients or having those, soul-centered partners. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a romantic thing. Now, the thing is it could be romantic. It could be your partner, your spouse, whatever. But not always, okay? But this means that there's a divine union happening in your life somewhere that's going to have a positive impact on your financial situation. Next, we do have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles talks about balance. It talks about, really paying attention to the things in your budget, tracking your numbers, knowing what's coming in, knowing what's going out, having a really solid grasp on your numbers, really knowing what's going on. And so you're not guessing, how much did I spend? How much am I savings? You have you have clarity as it relates to the numbers when it pertains to your financial situation. Finally, we have the Ace of Wands, one of my favorite cards in a money reading because that's literally the card of cash flow. It also means growth. It means prosperity. It means that things are making progress. Okay, so if someone doesn't literally give you cash in this first week of May, I'll be surprised, really. I will be surprised. But it doesn't always mean that. Like I said, it could also mean growth and progress in something else in your life, money related. All right, Gemini, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of May 2023. All right, Gemini. So we got that strength card. That's a really great card. Now this card has two meanings. I've talked about that before. It could literally talk about healing and strength, like in the physical sense. But a lot of times when we talk about money, it means that you have the strength and the endurance to keep going, even when things may feel a little shaky or uncomfortable. Strength card means that you really are in the strong mindset that you're going to get this done and you will succeed. And you will, Gemini. All you have to do is keep going. And you have the strength to do that, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional. Okay? So it's all about focus. It's all about discipline and not stopping. It's making that next step and not stopping that, until you get to where it is that you desire to be. Next up, we have the Tower card. Now, a lot of the signs have been getting this card this month because this card talks about sometimes having to rebuild or restructure something. There's something that needs to be deconstructed so it can be built back better. So, you can make it with a much stronger foundation. It's something, maybe a project has to be redone. Maybe you have to start a business over. There's something that needs to be redone. Sometimes you have to disassemble things in order to correct mistakes that were done that you didn't know about. Okay, so don't feel frustrated if you find yourself in this position. Let me tell you, some of the most successful people have done this. Okay, so when it comes to making money, when it comes to being successful, yes, sometimes you got to take 2 steps back in order to take 4 steps forward. Next up, we have the Ten of Cups, another positive card. Now, these cards are always positive. Doesn't matter how they show up in my readings. This is the card of happiness, joy, celebration. Yes, excitement, contentment, all good things. The answer is yes. It's a very good card to see, and I'm really excited that it came up for you today, Gemini, because it means the answer is yes. You've been waiting to hear back from something, and the answer is yes. Next up, we have the Hangman. Now, the Hangman can be a little bit of a tricky card because it means that we're hesitating and taking that next step. So when you have hesitation, when you have doubts, sometimes you don't do anything, and so you're stuck. Now, in the big picture, you're not stuck because someone's holding you down. You're stuck because you're hesitating or you're not feeling confident in making that next step. Okay, so you got to really pay attention, and be realistic with what you are trying to do. Are you hesitating because you don't know what to, you're afraid to make a mistake, or are you hesitating because it's unfamiliar? Okay, so this is something that you need to do some digging, within and figure out what is holding you back, if anything. Finally, we have the King of Cups. That's the card of emotional intelligence. I love that card. Now, the other thing about the King of Cups is that it talks about really having a solid grasp on your emotions and not allowing them to get in the way of you making decisions as it relates to your money. You know what needs to be done, and you're not going to let emotions override your logic. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and continue on, Gemini. Ooh, we've got some repeater cards here. That Page of Wands, we saw him earlier. Whoa, oops, sorry. I just hit the tripod. All right, so what do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of May 2023. All right, again, good news coming your way, Page of Cups. This means an offer is on the table as well. This is really exciting because it means somebody wants to make you an offer, and it's very positive. Somebody wants to give you something, or somebody wants you to be a part of something. Next up, we got that Page of Wands. That's a repeater card. Again, that's some good news as it relates to work, business, career. Now, because this card is in a line with this card here, it's the same card. Whatever happens here, there's going to be a timeline on it, okay? And it looks like you probably have about 2 weeks. So remember, I told you some good news is coming as it relates to work here. Looks like whatever that is, there's going to be some type of a timeline attached to it. And it looks like it probably will end roughly in that second half of the month. We also have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups talks about canceled plans. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. Looks like there's going to be like a party or a gathering or a meeting or something that was scheduled, and then it looks like it gets canceled. I have a feeling this is something work-related because we are talking about money, business, and so forth. Next up, we have the Four of Pentacles. This means to hold on to your money and also to check your budget, check your receipts, check your numbers. Check your statements, your invoices. Sometimes mistakes happen. This is telling me to tell you to double and triple check all the paperwork that's coming your way, especially things that are money related, you know, your paycheck stubs, your receipts, all those things, you know, your credit card statements, whatever. But this card is telling me that you know, sometimes things happen, and so you have to double check and make sure the numbers are correct. Now we also have the High Priestess. That is one of the cards of divine femininity. I love this card. This card is also the card about intuition and trusting your inner feeling. When she shows up in the reverse, that means that for some reason you may not be trusting yourself as it relates to work or money. Okay, so really tap into where you're feeling insecure and try and work that out and figure out why that is. Next up, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is the card of travel, making plans to travel. A lot of the signs are getting that card too, surprisingly. Well, I guess I should say not surprisingly, because we are moving into summer and a lot of people make plans to travel. Interesting. Look at this card is face up. So I wouldn't be surprised if you take a trip somewhere, Gemini, or you start making plans to take a trip somewhere. Ooh, you've got really good cards here. All right, Gemini, let's take a look. And another repeater, because we have the Lovers and the Lovers. Okay, that's a divine union. Looks like it's going to be solid because it shows up twice for you in the month. All right, Eight of Swords. Great card to see in the reverse because it means you're no longer feeling stuck or stagnant like we talked about here. Looks like you have a breakthrough in some way, shape, or form, and you are no longer feeling like you don't have options, and you're not feeling discouraged. As a matter of fact, you're feeling encouraged, especially as it relates to your money. We also have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a card of speed and timing. Things either happen quickly for you or they happen ahead of schedule, ahead of deadline. This is a fantastic card if you're waiting to hear back on something that's time sensitive. Okay, so that's a really good card. We talked about the Lover's card, divine union. Whatever happens here looks like it's a pretty solid connection because it lasts throughout the entire month, and looks like this is definitely going to be something that lasts a long time. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's the good luck card, card of unexpected good luck, being in the right place at the right time. Now, this is a very powerful card because it means you don't have to do anything quote-unquote different or special in order to make things happen. By continuing to do the things that you do in a very disciplined and thoughtful way, you're going to put yourself in a position to win. That's what this card talks about. And sometimes things happen unexpectedly. They change on a dime, and we are just in the right place at the right time. This is a very serendipitous card. So towards the end of May, Gemini, looks like something you're going to be a very lucky person. Okay. Finally, we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is the card of elimination energy. So there could be some things that you need to let go of, but for some reason you're not ready to let go of these things. Okay. And sometimes when we say yes to something, we inadvertently say no to something else. So that's just something to be aware of. So I'm not saying you have to force yourself to make a decision or to do something, but you have to be aware that when you say yes or no to something, it means as a result you are saying yes or no to something else as well. Okay, that's just something to be aware of. All right, Gemini, so you've got a really solid month here. Lots of fantastic things happening. Lots of growth, really good, just good positive energy coming your way. I'm really excited about this card here because that's one of the most fun, unexpected cards where things just kind of unfold in a very beautiful way and you just didn't see it happening. So let's go ahead and close out your reading, Gemini, with a Goddess Guidance Oracle card. Ooh, Kuan Yin. Okay. I like this card. I like this goddess. All right, this is Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. It's a beautiful card. Kuan Yin is a very powerful goddess. I have studied her quite a bit in my years of studying spirituality and other things, but so this is a very lovely card, and I'm glad that you got this, Gemini. All right, so that's going to be your reading for May 2023, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We will do it all again next month.